Most salespeople only know their own brochure, but the 1% know their competitor's product better than the competition does. I am going to show you how to use deep knowledge to dismantle every other offer in town. When you know the history, the benefits, and the cracks in their armor, you don't have to sell, you just have to educate. Knowledge is the king of high-ticket sales. In a world where every customer has already done their own online research, you can't win by just repeating the features from your company's website. They've already seen that. True authority comes from knowing more than the customer, and more importantly, knowing more than your competitors. When you possess an encyclopedic understanding of not just your product, but the entire market, the sales dynamic shifts. You stop being a salesperson pushing a product and become an invaluable guide. The goal isn't just to make a sale, it's to become the undisputed expert in your field, the person customers seek out, because they trust your judgment above all others. This is how you close deals without pressure, just with pure, undeniable competence. Let's pause for a second. Ask yourself this. What is the one thing your competitor's product does poorly? If you can't answer that instantly, with specific details, then you have some homework to do. And that's what we're going to cover today. So, where do you start? You start by studying the history of the industry. This isn't about memorizing dates. It's about understanding the why behind every product. Why did your company develop this specific solution? What problems in the market led to its creation? Look back at the last decade. What were the dominant products then? Why did they succeed or fail? Understanding this evolution gives you context. When a customer mentions an older model or a defunct brand, you can speak intelligently about its journey, its strengths, and its eventual obsolescence. This deep historical knowledge positions you as a true industry insider, someone who has seen it all and understands the landscape from a 30,000-foot view. You are not just selling a product, you're explaining its place in a larger story. Okay, quick check-in. Are you already thinking about the origin story of your industry? That's the first step to becoming a consultant, not just a rep. Next, you need to identify the benefit gap. This is the critical space between what your product offers and what your competitor's product offers. It's not just about features. A feature is what something is. A benefit is what it does for the customer. Your job is to create a detailed map of these gaps. For example, maybe your competitor's software has a sleek user interface, a great feature, but perhaps it lacks a key integration that your software has. That's the gap. Your product's integration saves the customer 10 hours a week in manual data entry. That's the benefit. You need to know these gaps so well that you can articulate them clearly and concisely. You are not attacking the competition. You're highlighting a factual difference that directly impacts the customer's success. It's about showing them, not telling them, why your solution is the logical choice for their specific needs. Remember, the key here is not to bash your competitors. You simply need to out-educate them. When you know the facts, you don't need to resort to negative tactics. Now, let's talk about the second opinion strategy. This is a powerful technique that leverages your deep knowledge. When a customer says they're considering a competitor, instead of getting defensive, you embrace it. You say, that's an excellent choice. It's a great product for a certain type of user. Can I give you a second opinion on it, just to make sure it's the absolute best fit for you? You then proceed to give an honest, fair analysis of the competitor's product, highlighting both its strengths and its weaknesses. You use your knowledge of the benefit gap here. Because you're being so balanced and objective, the customer's trust in you skyrockets. You are no longer a rival salesperson. You're a trusted advisor helping them make the best possible decision. And when you gently pivot back to how your product fills those gaps, the conclusion becomes obvious to them. Have you ever tried giving a fair review of a competitor to a customer? It's a game changer. It instantly disarms them and builds incredible trust. This all leads to the ultimate goal, becoming the consultant instead of the rep. A sales rep is focused on their quota. A consultant is focused on the client's success. A rep pushes a product. A consultant provides a solution. When you operate as a consultant, your conversations change. You ask better questions. You listen more intently. You're not trying to fit a square peg into a round hole. Instead, you're diagnosing problems and prescribing the right solution, even if, on a rare occasion, it isn't yours. This mindset of genuine service is magnetic. Customers can feel the difference. They stop seeing you as someone trying to take their money and start seeing you as a partner invested in their outcome. This is how you build long-term relationships and a referral engine that works for you 24/7. Okay, let's bring this all together with a classic roleplay scenario. The customer hits you with the most common objection in the book. The guy down the street is cheaper. What do? The average salesperson panics. They either start defending their price or immediately offer a discount. But not you. You're a consultant. You smile and say, I understand completely. Price is definitely an important factor. Can I ask, when you were looking at their offer, did they explain how they handle long-term support and software updates? You're not arguing about price. You're changing the conversation to value. You reusing your knowledge of a benefit gap that you know exists. Maybe their support is outsourced or their updates cost extra. You continue. The reason I ask is because our price includes lifetime 24/7 domestic support and all future updates. For a business like yours that can't afford downtime, that peace of mind is something our clients find essential. You didn't bash them. You didn't discount. You educated. You highlighted a value gap tied directly to a business pain point. You shifted the frame from price to cost, and you won the conversation. That is the power of deep product knowledge. So let's wrap this up. To truly dominate your market, you need to become the most knowledgeable person in the room. Study your industry's history. Map out the benefit gaps between you and your competitors. Use the second opinion strategy to build trust, and always operate as a consultant focused on the client's success. When you know everything, you don't have to sell hard. You just have to guide your customer to the right conclusion. If you're going to outwork and outlearn the competition starting today, hit that like button. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.